Hello everyone, good morning. Myself Muralidhar Reddy. I'm a DevOps consultant and solution architect. Now we are going to discussing about working with SCD command. Let's say the demo so that you will get some idea. So here we have a DevOps 0 to hero day 5, and here I already written the documentation related to SCD. We can see the demo so that you will get some idea. First, we can understand what is SCD. SCD is nothing but stream editor. Using this stream editor, we can do the searching, and if you want to be find out specific text inside the file, if you want to be replacing, if you want to be inserting, if you want to be delete that text, right? We can use this particular SCD command. Especially this particular SCD command will be used when we are writing any shell scripting. During that time, will be use this particular SCD command. You can understand how do we do so that you will get some idea. So here I already connected the server, and here you can see the DevOps one of the file. Inside the DevOps file, I'm using cat DevOps, and here you can see that here we have a multiple IPs. If you see here 10.0, here we have a duplicate 10.0.0.2, some other 10.192.168. Usually, right, in case instead of 10.0.0.2, you need to change it wherever 10.0.0.2, you need to change it to another IP. How do we do? Usually what we will do, we'll be use this this one VAM, and then we will go here, and then you will be change the particular IP, right, in the second line. Understand, right? Instead of that one, what we can do, you can use SCD command, stream editor. If you want to be replaced, example, this particular 10.0.0.2, you need to change it to another IP, okay, wherever it is available, then what you can do, we can use the SCD command, stream editor. Understand, right? So for that one, what I'm going to do, now you can exit this, view experimentary. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm using SCD. Okay, I'm using SCD and single quotation. Yes, S is nothing but substitute slash, and here you need to give it original text. Which one you are going to be replace it. Substitute means whatever you are giving current one. Example, I'm giving here 10.0.0.0.2 slash. This is, remember guys, this is the older one, and now I'm going to change it to 10.0.0.10. Remember, again I'm repeating, this is my older one, inside that the particular one, and then here you can give slash G. G means globally. Globally means it will be changed wherever inside the particular file, it will be changed all the locations. Single quotation, and then here you can give it, what is the file name? File name is DevOps. Now what will happen? SCD slash single quotation S, and 10.0.0, this particular one, it will be replaced to 10.0.0 .10 slash G means globally it will be changed inside the DevOps file wherever it is available 10.0.0.2 extension, the particular one IP, it will be replaced to 10.0.0.10 only. Understand, right? Now you can enter this one. Now if you see here, wherever 10.0.0.2, it is changed to 10.0.0.10. If you see here, here you can see that, and here you can see that, here you can see that. But if you go and check it again, cat command, I'm going to check it again, cat DevOps, and still I can see that, yeah, I can see that still 10.0.0.2 only. But even though if you use that SCD command, still it is showing that 10.0.0.2 only. The reason guys, the reason when you run this particular command, if you see here, this command just it will be display where exactly it is changing. But in case if you want to be change it inside the particular DevOps file, right, what you have to do, you need to give it SCD-I. SCD-I. I mean nothing but insert. What will happen now when you run this command? Now whatever, wherever it is a .2 0.2 extension, the particular 10 series, it will be changed to 0.10. That is globally, it means entire locations in this particular file. Now you can enter now. Now if you see here, now we have run this one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get cat DevOps. Okay, now you can enter. If you see here, wherever it is 10.0.0.2, it is changed to 10.0.0.10. Understand that? Here you can see that, here you can see that, and here you can see that 10.0.0.10. Understand that? This is the process of using SCD command. If you want to be change some test, example, I'm showcasing that IP addresses. If you want to be change this IP address, wherever it is 10.0.0.2, it will needs to be replaced to 10.0.0.10 only. That's why we use that particular one. Understand? Any questions? Understand? Or any questions? Now what I wanted to do, right? Here, sorry, in cat command, here you can see that example, here we have 1, 2, second line. Okay, I need to be only second line, I need to be changed it. Second line, I need to be changed it. I don't want to be change other things because here 10.0.0.10, we have a multiple locations. If we go and check it here we have this one, here we have this one. Okay, and also here you can see that, but I don't want to be change entire one. I want to change only second line of that particular IP address. Okay, then how can we do? Using SCD command. SCD, okay, -i insert mode, single quotation. Here I'm giving the 3s, 2s. 2s means second line. Second line, s means substitute. Second line only it will be substitute. What it will be substitute? Slash, and here I'm giving 10.0.0.10 slash. This is the older one, guys, and here I'm giving that 10.0.0.100. Understand? Slash g quotation, and then here you need to give the file name. Here you can see that scd-i 2s. The particular 10 series to 10.100 DevOps. Now you can enter. Now if you see here you can see that go ahead DevOps file, and here you can see that only second line was changed. Second line was changed. Remaining wherever it is 10.0.0.10, it still exists. The reason here we run only scd-i 2. 2 means second line. S means substitute. Okay. 2 means 2 line. 2s. Understand that? And here you can see that. So this is the process of, in case if you want to be change specific line of that particular test, what you can do, you can use 2s. Okay. Now I want it to be delete. I want it to be delete fourth. If you see here, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. This particular fifth line, whatever test file, right? That particular one I need to be deleted. The particular IP address I need to be deleted from the particular DevOps file. Then what you can do? For that one, you can go here scd-i means insert single quotation. Here you need to give the D. Single quotation, guys. Single quotation D. D means it will be delete. Which line you need to be delete? 5D. 5D means it will be delete the file fifth line. D means delete. Okay. Now slash, and here I'm giving that 10.0.0.0.10 slash. So here we are going to be delete, right? Just you have to give it scd-i single quotation 5D quotation, and then here you have to give it, what is the file name? DevOps. In this particular DevOps file, fifth line, D means delete. Now it is going to be delete the particular fifth line. Now you can enter. That's it. Now it is run. Now you can go here in fifth line, whatever we have if you see here, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Earlier it was 10.0.0.0.10, right? But now we use that 5D. It means the particular fifth line was deleted in this particular DevOps file. Any questions now? Any questions? This is the usage of scd command. If you want to be insert, you can do that. Okay. If you want to be delete, you can do that. If you want to be insert specific, what you can say, line, you can do that. Okay. Understand that? This is one of the most important, especially when you are doing what you can, what is that? Doing that automation, shell script automation, right? During that time, we may use that scd command especially, but you should be aware of how do we do that. And also we do have multiple other subcommands as well. You can have a look this documentation so that you'll get some idea. Any questions now? Now we are going to discussing about Telnet command. Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. So here we have a DevOps 0 to hero day 5. or Linux. Here I already written that Telnet related documentation. First, we can understand the Telnet and use case, and then we can go with the demo as well. And here, first of all, Telnet is a command. Using this Telnet, we can establish the remote connection to another system using Telnet protocol. Usually, it is allow user to connect to the remote server, and then you can, if you want to be run execute any commands, you can do that one. And here you have to remember Telnet is insecure because it does not encrypt data. So that's why highly recommend instead of using Telnet command to connect to the servers, I will highly recommend you to use the SSH command because SSH command, it is more secure remote access. Understand, right? And one more thing, this Telnet command majorly will be used for testing the network connectivity and port number. Example, you have two servers. One server is in one VPC, another server in another VPC. You want to check the connectivity, whether we have a specific port number is established or not, connectivity established or not, connected or not, we can check using Telnet command. Understand, right? And coming to the use cases, especially as I said, right, we won't be used for connecting the remote server, but here you can say testing the TCP connectivity. Example, telnet google.com, the port number is 801. And also, if you want to be accessing network devices like older router switches, and also if you want to connect remote servers, any servers, right, you can use this particular telnet command. And also, if you want to be debugging any open ports, whether it is connected, it is open or not, whether it is connecting from one server to another server or not, we can check the particular one. And also, we can check the communicating with the custom TCP services. So these are the major use cases. Especially in real time, will be used for this particular testing TCP connectivity and debugging open ports. Now, what you can do, right? Here I have two servers. I have created two servers, Linux server 1 and Linux server 2. And here I have connected. This is my Linux server 1, and the second one is Linux server 2. Now, what I'm going to do, first you can check it whether it is we have a telnet or not. You can just type it telnet, and if you see here you are getting that telnet command not found. Then what you have to do, right? You need to be install the telnet, install telnet, install telnet, and you can give the -y. Now what will happen, right? It will install the telnet. If you see here, telnet is installed. Now what I'm going to do, right? First, I'm going to check it whether my server having that port number 80 Google access. Now what you can do, connectivity. Now you can give it telnet google.com, and then you can give it port number. What is the port number? 80. Okay. Now if you see here, when you see this particular trying to this particular telnet google.com, the port number is 80. Here it is showcasing the connected to this one. It is connected. It means I have a connectivity between from my Linux server 1 to that particular Google one. Now you can give it Control C or Control D. Yeah. Now it is closed the particular one. Fine. Now you need to connect again the particular server because I disconnected from entire server. Okay. I can go here. Understood, right? Fine. Now what I wanted to do, right? Here we have a server 1 and server 2. From server 1, I need to test whether port number enabled for server 2 or not. Okay, for that one, you can go to the server 2, copy the private IP. Now you can go here, telnet, and then here you can give the port number, that is, IP address, that is this one. And remember guys, if you give telnet space IP address, if you enter, right, default it will take the 80. If you see here, it is trying because we don't have any the specific service related to 80, it is not running. That's why it is showcasing the trying. Now you can go here, cancel this one, and here if you want to be mention the specific port number, we can give it. Example, I'm checking here whether the particular port number 22 is enabled or not. Okay, then we can enter. Now if you see here, it is connected SSH this particular one. SSH this particular one. Understand, right? This particular one. Any questions now? Understand, right? Telnet, the specific IP address space port number, it means the particular port number is enabled, established. Okay. Any questions now? Now, in case if you want to test other thing, example 443. Currently, we don't have any 443 established. That's why it is showing that trying. Trying means we don't have a connectivity between the particular from server 1 to server 2. That particular port number is 443. If you are not mentioning any port number, default it will take the 80, guys. Okay, default it will take the 80. Any questions now? Okay, these are the major use cases of telnet. What exactly I'm just repeating. If you have two different servers, whether it is if you have two different servers in the two different VPCs, you wanted to check whether the specific port number enable or not for the specific IP address from server 1. Example, Telnet. Here I have given that the specific IP address, space and port number. Example, I have showcased that 22 port number. This is here it is showing the connected established. It means we have a connectivity for the specific port number. It is open. But in case if you are trying to use that 443, it is trying because we haven't done anything for the specific to 443. That's why it is throwing the error. Then what you have to write? You need to inform to example in case you need to inform to developer in case if they ask question like, hey, this particular port number is enabled or not from this particular server, can you try? Okay, then you have to test it. If it is if it's showcasing trying, it means 443 is not running. And also if you give the 80, right, in the destination server, it needs to be run the specific service. Example, HTTPD or Nginx. Example, I'm telling guys. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? So this is the major thing. Any questions here? I already showcased that port number and also specific port number. Google one I already showcased. Okay, these are the major use cases, guys. Apart from that, we won't be much. And also one more thing, and this particular telnet command, alternatively we have a netcat command also. You can also use the netcat command to use this one, but still telnet is enough. Telnet is enough. Any other questions now? But in the reality, right, until unless if you want to be check from one server to another server, specific port number is open or not, then we'll be using telnet. Otherwise, we won't be use much. But in in interview level, they may ask question related to, hey Murli, we have two different servers. I wanted to check from server 1 to server 2. From server 1, I will give the server 2 IP address. Whether this particular port number is open or not, you need to be verified. Then what you can do, you can use the telnet command and the space, IP address space, port number you have to give it. If it is showcasing the connected, it means yes, it is open. If it is not, then you have to tell them, hey, it is not open. Clear, right? Any questions now? Now we are going to discussing about netstat command. Let's say the demo so that you will get some idea. So here we have a documentation. So here you can see the documentation, DevOps 0 to hero, day 5, Linux 1. And here I already written the documentation. We can go with one by one and also see the demo as well. First of all, what is Netstat? Netstat is nothing but stands for network statistics. This is one of the command line tool. Using this tool, we can display that active networking connections, either it is TCP or UDP related networking connections, it will be displayed. And also it will be display the listening ports, what are the ports are listening. And also it will be display the routing tables as well. And also we can monitor our networking interface statistics as well. And also it will be identify open ports and services of process using them. Using this particular netstat, we can find out this information. Here you have to remember this particular netstat command, especially for system administrators and also developers as well. Example, they have deployed application. Whether the particular port number is established or not, working or not, enabled or not, we can verify it. If it is not enabled, even though it is deployed, right? So what will happen, right? Application won't be up. That's why this particular either system administrator or developers or security analysis for diagnosing your networking issues or checking service availability. So here you have to remember, usually earlier earlier servers, we are using netstat command, but netstat command is deprecated, but still most of the servers are working using, most of the servers supporting netstat. But in case if you want to install that netstat, you can also use the ss command. Ss command, netstat command, both are same only. But in our case, we are going to discussing about netstat command so that you will get some idea. So here we have a common commands, netstat -a, everything we can see in detail. Now you can come here. Now first you can go with AWS. I already log into the server, Linux server. First I'm giving that netstat. If you give the netstat command, right, it will display all the processes. Not the processes, all everything here. It will be displayed that what are the connected one. Okay, what are the established, everything it will be displayed here. Okay, understand, right? Fine. Now here can discuss one by one so that you will get some idea. First one is netstat -a. Netstat -a, what it will do? It will be display all the active and listening networking connections. It will be display all the active and listening networking connections. You can go here, netstat hyphen a. If you give that Netstat hyphen a, enter, and here it will be display whatever everything. Listening, here you can see that, and also connected, here you can see that. Okay, and established also, if you have any established also, it will be displayed. So here you may ask question, Murli, here what is connected, what is the listening, what is the established. So for that one, in the same documentation, I already define everything, and here you can see the listening is nothing but your system waiting for incoming connection on specific port number. Typically, servers like web server 80443. So when you the particular specific your system waiting for that port number, right? So then you can see the listening option here. Here you can see that. If you go up a little bit as well, yeah, here you can see the listening. And also, before going to see this particular TCP connection statuses, first we can understand here. Here you can see that first one is this particular protocol, and this one flags. What are the flags? Whether it is acknowledged or not, and type, stream, or some other dgrim. Okay, some other things. And here you can see the state, whether it is listening or not. I know number, this specific I know number, and the path, which path it is. We can check it here. Okay, clear. Now we can see this particular TCP. Here you can see the listening, some other things, right? It is having the connected and also established as well. Depends on. Currently, we don't have an established one, but usually in real time, right? The specific servers are having that established as well. First, we can understand so that we'll get some idea. Listening, you understood, right? Your system is waiting for the specific incoming connection port number. Then it will display that listening. And established means you successfully TCP connection is active between two endpoints from your side and the client side, both endpoints. Then you establish the connection. I mean successfully connection. Then what you can write, this it will be displayed that established. Next one is close underscore wait. Close underscore wait. This particular one, right? The remote side has been closed the connection. When you see this close underscore wait, the remote side, whatever remote side means, opposite side. Okay, the particular remote side close that one, but your system still haven't fully closed it. Then you will see this particular close underscore wait. Understand, right? It means usually indicate your app haven't closed the socket properly. Whatever your application, right, is not closed properly, then you will see this close underscore wait. Now on next one is time underscore wait. Here, right, your system has closed the connection, but is waiting to ensure all the whatever packets, right, are properly handled before fully release it. Then you will see this particular time underscore wait. And next one is synchronized send. Your system send the request to establish the connection and is waiting for other side to acknowledge. Example, you have sent that particular, it send the request, but opposite side, remote side, right, that it needs to be acknowledged. Then you can see this particular one, synchronize underscore send. SIN is nothing but synchronize, guys. Okay, and synchronize receive. It means connection request was received and acknowledge was sent. The server is waiting for final acknowledgement. If it is a final acknowledgement, waiting for final acknowledgement, right, you will see this particular SYN underscore receive. And fin underscore wait underscore one, your system has started closing the connection, sent a fin packet waiting for acknowledgement. Then you will see this particular one. And second one is same thing, waiting for the other side to finish closing. Then you will see this particular second option. Clear, right? Understand, right? These are the states available. And also we have a last acknowledge. ACK is nothing but acknowledge. Okay, and your system waiting for the final acknowledgement of connection close. Then you will see this particular one, and the closed one, right? Yeah, the connection is fully closed and no longer exists. Then you will see this particular one. Okay, these are the TCP states available, guys. When you use the Netstat command, it will be display everything. So it depends on this. Here we have this type. Okay, in interview level, they may ask question, what is the listening, what is the established, what is this particular one. So you should be basic idea what exactly meaning of listening, established, close underscore wait, okay, time underscore wait, everything. Please have a look this documentation in the same only. Okay, fine. Now you can see that Netstat hyphen a, it will be display all the specific active and listening networking connections. Now I wanted to check only TCP related connections. Then what you have to do, if you see here we have a Unix. Okay, now you can come down a little bit. almost all are unique, Unix. Yeah, if you see here, we have a UDP, we have a TCP, everything. Then what you have to do, I need to get only TCP related one. How do we do? For that one, Netstat -a all in all, right? I need only TCP. That's why I'm giving that -t. -a t. Now you can enter. Just it will be display only TCP related one. Remember, guys, it is displaying only TCP related one. Here you can see that established one, this particular SSH related, and remaining all listen. Okay, here you can see the specific one. Understand, right? Any questions? This particular T means TCP. It will be display the only TCP related one. Any other questions now? Next one is it will be display. If you want to be display the only UDP connections, what you can do? You can give -a u. U is nothing but it will be display the UDP. Now you can go here Netstat -au. Okay, A means all. From all, I need only UDP related one. You can give the U. Now you can enter here, and here you can see that UDP related one. Here it is displaying protocol, that is the UDP, and here receive, send, local address. What is the address? Foreign address. Everything it is displaying here. State is empty. It means it is not capturing anything. That's why it is empty. Okay, clear, right? Any questions? If you want to be display that specific UDP related one, you can do that. And next one is, if you want to be display that listening ports only, then what you can do, you can give it here Netstat -l. Then what will happen, right? It will be display only listening ports. Now you can enter here. If you observe here, it is displaying only listening. It won't be display any other things established. Okay, timeout, everything. It won't be display closed one. It won't be display because we gave only -l. It means only it will be display the listening part. Listening state it will be displayed. Understand, right? Any questions now? This part is clear, right? Fine. What is the next one? I wanted to display only listening TCP protocol. I wanted to display, I need only listening TCP protocol. How do we do? Same, guys. Netstat -l means it will be display listening one. But here I'm giving that L, Netstat -l, and here I'm giving that T. T means it will be display the only TCP protocol related to listening one. Now you can enter here. Here it is displaying TCP only listening one. It is displaying here. Understand, right? Understand, right? Similar for UDP as well, guys. Now here you can give it Netstat -lu. Lu means U means UDP. It will be displayed the UDP. It will be displayed only UDP related one. Understand, right? Fine. Now what is the next one? Now you can come down and here you can see the show only listening UDP. You can give the -lu, and here you can see that if you want to be display only Unix related one, here you can give it LX. X means Xerox, guys. Okay, here you can see that Netstat -lx. Now it will be display only Unix related one, that to listening part. Okay, only listening related one it is displaying. Clear, right? Fine. What is the next one? Now you can see here. If you want to be see the network statistics, you can give it Netstat -s. It will be display all the networking, whether it is TCP, UDP, it will display everything. Now you can go here, Netstat -s. It will be display the statistics of the particular, whether it is UDP, TCP or Unix, it will be displayed. Now you can enter here. Now here you can see that everything it is displayed. If you come down, yeah, here you can see that IP related statistics, forwarding to this particular total packets received, everything ICMP and ICMP message, and here you can see the TCP related, UDP related, TCP extension, okay, IP extension, everything it is displayed here. Now instead of displaying all, I need only statistics information related to TCP one. How do we do? For that one, you can give it -st. T means TCP, right? It will be display only TCP related one. Now if you see here, TCP related messages, it is display. ST means TCP. Okay, fine. Now in case if you want to be display only UDP related, just same, guys. Instead of T, you can give it -su. S means U. UDP related one, it will display. If you see here, UDP related one, it is displayed. Understand, right? Any questions now? Now you can see here, if you want to be display TCP, if you want to be display only UDP statistics, you can do that -su. Any questions? Next one, right? In case if you want to be see continuously monitor your network connections, what you can do, you can use Netstat -c. Netstat -c, it will be display that one. Now you can go here, Netstat -c. It will be continuously update. every 1 second it will be update, guys. If you see here, every 1 second it is updating. Now, if you want, you can check it here. Yeah, if you see here, it is updating every 1 second. Now you can close this one. Yeah, I have closed this one. And also you can go here, this one. Clear, right? Any questions now? Now, in case if you want to see the more verbose output, what you can do, you can use Netstat -- verbose. It will be display more. Now you can go here, Netstat -- verbose. Now it will be display the in detail information. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? Now here you can see that verbose, it is displaying TCP, everything, all the information it is displaying. Fine. Any questions now? And finally, right here you can see that the specific route table, if you want to be see Netstat -r, you can see that route table related one. Here you can see the Netstat -r, it will be display the route tables information. Okay, and instance data to this particular gateway. What is the gateway? Okay, everything you can see it here. But you don't want to be understand this one because we don't require as well. Fine. Any other questions? Now here you can see that if you want to be find the process using the specific port number, whether it is listening or not, whether it is established, what you can do, Netstat -an, and here it grep, and here you can give that 8080. It means 8080 running or not, we can verify. Example, Netstat -an, and here you can give it grep. Example, guys, I'm giving that 8080. If you see here, I'm grep this particular 8080. I could not find anything because this particular running in the 8080, it is not running any process. That's why it is showcasing that empty one. Showcasing that empty. So now what I did, right, in this particular server, I have started the Tomcat. Now I'm trying to do that particular Tomcat is running in the 8080. Now you can see here, Netstat -an grep 8080. Now if you see here, this particular 8080, it is listen. It is listening the particular port number. Understand, right? If you want to be find the specific port number, listen or not, you can use this particular Netstat -an pipeline grep, and here you can give the port number. Now here this particular 8080 port number, one of the Tomcat application using. But in case any other application, if they are trying to use the same 8080 application, it won't be. It will showcase like already port is born. I mean already allocated the port number. Okay. Then what you have to do during that time, you need to be find out whether it is already using any other process. For that one, you can use this particular command to check it. Yeah, here it is using that 8080. The reason earlier, I mean, I have started the Tomcat. Now I am able to this particular 8080. It will listen the particular one. Understand, right? Clear, right? Any questions now? And also, as I said, right, instead of Netstat command, you can also use ss command. Using ss command, you can get that same information, guys. ss-t, it means it will display the all the TCP connections. ss-u, example, I'm going here. ss-help, enter. Remember, guys, if you are not ever any commands, you can give -help. It will be display the specific one. -help, -v verbose, -n numeric. It will be display the numeric one. Earlier we are using an, right? N is nothing but numeric, guys. Okay. And here you can say resolve all. If you want to be -e or -all, -l, it will be display listening. Same, similar, whatever Netstat command, same thing it will work for ss command as well. Okay. Now just I'm showcasing that ss-80. It will be display only all in this particular TCP only. It will be display only TCP related one. T means TCP. Any other questions? Now here it display the specific TCP related one. Any other questions? Any other questions now? No, right? And here you can see that UDP as well if you want to be check it. And as I said, right, I have explained this all the TCP connections states what exactly it will do. These are the Netstat command, especially this Netstat command during our networking related issues, right? Whether the specific port number already allocated to any other process, during that time we can use Netstat command so that it will give that what exactly, whether it is listen or not, whether it is established, exactly it will be displayed. Any other questions? Especially this one, as system administrator or DevOps engineer will be used, and also developers will be used for to diagnosis any networking related issues, especially. This is one of the most important Netstat command. Okay, please have a look. Please practice. Still, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. And also here, now we are going to discussing about Nslookup. Let's say the demo so that you will get some idea. So here we have a DevOps 0 to hero days 5 Linux working with Nslookup. And here I already written the documentation. First, we can understand what is Nslookup, and then we can go with the demo as well. First of all, what is Nslookup? Nslookup is nothing but name server lookup command used to query DNS. DNS is nothing but domain name system records. Example, you have created the load balancer. Here you can see that, right? Here we have created the load balancer. This particular load balancer you want to be resolved, whether the specific load balancer is resolving or not, whether it is working or not. Then what you can write, you can use this particular Nslookup. And also sometimes if you want to be resolve specific domain, example here you can see the techworldwithmurali.com. You want to be see that whether it is resolving or not, you can use the Nslookup command. Especially this particular Nslookup command, it helps troubleshoot network and DNS related issues by retrieving information about domain name or IP address or email servers. Especially, right, usually this Nslookup will be used. Example, so either developer or QA team, they may reach out to you, hey, Murali, this particular URL is not working. And also this particular domain, that particular URL, right? It is not working, it is not resolving that particular record as well. Can you please have a look? When they say like, right, first we will take that particular record name or URL. Then first we will be try Nslookup, whether it is resolving or not. If it is not resolving, what is happened? Where exactly issue will be check it. So here, if you want to be check that, if you want to be resolved, right? Whether it is resolving or not, if you want to be check it, right? You can use Nslookup here and you can give the domain name. Example, techworldwithmurali.com. Okay. And also you can give Nslookup space. You can give the IP address so that it will be, if you want to be do the reverse process lookup, and then what you can do, perform the reverse lookup, what you can do, you can give the Nslookup space, IP address you can give it. Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do, first you can check it. I'm going to open CMD. Remember, I'm going to check it in my local system only. And this is my CMD. Here you have to remember, you should be install the Nslookup. Usually 99% of the laptops, Windows laptops, by default, it will be installed the Nslookup. Okay, just you can type it Nslookup and then space, and here you need to be give the URL. Example, I'm giving the techworldwithmurali, techworldwithmurali.com. If you see here techworldwithmurali.com, here it is resolving. Here I'm able to see the IP address. It means this particular whatever DNS, right? It is working fine. It is resolving this specific IP address. Now you wanted to do for load balancer. Now you can give it Nslookup space and you can go here. Just wait for a few seconds. Just refresh this page and here you can see that I have created the application load balancer internet facing. Okay, and here I have created in the public subnets because I don't have any client VPN. That's why I have created the internet facing. And here we have a DNS name. Just copy this one and you can go here and you can run this particular command Nslookup. You need to be give the load balancer DNS name, whether it is resolving or not. First you need to be verified. Now you can enter. If you see here, it is resolved. If you see here, it is resolving the specific IP address. Understand, right? Any questions? Usually when you do this Nslookup, it should be display the two IPs, but here it is displaying only one. That is fine. The reason I'm telling, right, here we have a two available zones, right? It means each available zone, it will create the one public IP because we selected the internet facing. So it should be two IP addresses, but still it is displayed only one. That is fine. Okay. Now you understood, right? Nslookup space, the particular one. In case if you want to be checked for IP address as well, Nslookup. Now you can go to the EC2. Go to the EC2 here, and here we have two EC2 instances. Now what I'm going to do, just you can copy this public IP because private IP it won't be resolved. Public IP, now you can enter. If you see here, when I use this particular Nslookup, the particular public IP, it is resolving the particular DNS name, public DNS name. If you go here, here we have a right public DNS name, it is displaying. You can try with the DNS name to IP address to DNS name, whatever you want. You can do that both as well. Understand, right? This is the one of the most important. If you say like interview, they may ask question, Murali, I have a specific record name or DNS name, whether it is resolving or not, how do we check it? You need to use the Nslookup to check it. If you say like in interview level, hey, I'm not aware of Nslookup, immediately they know that, you are not you haven't worked in real time. The reason in real time, We frequently use this particular Nslookup. When you created any new load balancer, when you created any new record in the Route 53, everything, right? During that time, we always use the Nslookup only. Remember, always recommended to watch this particular AWS0 series. In this particular AWS0 series, I already covered that load balancer creation and Route 53 creation, everything. Please have a look so that you will get some idea how do we resolve. Here, I have resolved. One is IP address, second one is load balancer DNS name as well. And also you can give that Route 53 record name as well. You can give it. Example, techworldwithmurali.com we have given, right? Example, that is Route 53 record name. Understand, right? Any questions here? Any questions? And also one more thing. Go to the Google, you can type it Nslookup. Here, remember, you can open the CMD and you can type it Nslookup space this particular IP, or in your system also, it is already installed the Nslookup. If you see here, Nslookup, directly you can open this one. When you open that directly Nslookup, right, you don't require to type it again Nslookup, because I already opened Nslookup, and here I'm giving that example techworldwithmurali.com. Okay, now we can enter. If you see here, it is resolving. Similarly, in case if you don't have Nslookup in your system, then what you have to do, you can go to the Google, type it Nslookup. Here we have nslookup.io, and now you can click this one. And here you need to give the domain name. Example, techworldwithmurali. Example, I'm giving that techworldwithmurali.com. Now you can find the DNS records. Now, if you see here, whatever you are getting from Nslookup command line, same thing you are getting. If you see here, same IP address 65, right? If you see here 65. Similarly, not only this one, guys, not only this one. If you see here, my whatever techworldwithmurali.com, it is available in the Cloudflare. That's why it is showcasing the Cloudflare. Okay. And here, not only this my domain, guys. In case if you want to be getting this particular load balancer DNS also, now you can go here, load balancer, select this particular load balancer. Now you can copy this particular DNS, and then here you can go here, and then you can run this find DNS records. If you see here, DNS records also this one. Understand, right? Any questions now? And this is the one of the nslookup.io, and also we do have other sites as well. Let me check it. So we do have MX toolbox as well. You can open this, and also we do have dnschecker.org as well. Now we can open this. If you want, you can use anything, guys. You can type it here, DNSlookup, and here you can see that specific one. Yeah, here you can see the specific IP address, that is Amazon related one. TTL is 60 seconds. Okay, here you can find out. And also here we have a DNS checker as well. If you want, you can give it here as well, specific one. And here you need to select DNS resolver. You can select the Google, and then you can show the NS records. Okay, fine. It looks it is not working as we expected. That is fine. Okay, clear, right? Especially you can use this particular first one, Nslookup. It is giving more info. Again, I'm going to show you. Just to give it this particular DNS name. Example, I have given here load balancer DNS name. But in your case, if you want, you can give the Route 53 record name as well. Now here you can see that this is only A record. That's what it is displaying. If you have a record, CNAME, TST records also, it will be display everything. Clear, right? This is one of the most important. I hope understand, right? Nslookup. You can use nslookup space IP address or nslookup space DNS name, or you can give the AWS ALB load balancer DNS name, whether it is resolving or not, it will be displayed. And here you have to remember, when I do that DNS name, right, resolve this particular one, usually I have selected two subnet. It means it should be come the two IP addresses, but it is coming only one IP. That is fine, but it should be two only. Okay, might be I'm using this one pre-try, right? Might be the reason they are backend they are created only one, even though if you select that two available zones. Okay, might be the reason. Okay, but still when you do that, it should be two. Okay, clear, right? Any questions now? Now we are going to discussing about working with ipconfig and ifconfig. Let's see the demo so that you will get some idea. And here DevOps0 day 5, working with ifconfig and ipconfig, I already written the documentation. Remember, ipconfig or ifconfig, both same functionality only. Ifconfig, it will work for Linux. Ipconfig, it will work for Windows. using this ifconfig or ip command, ifconfig, what you can do, it will be display the network details, networking related, it will be display that. First we can go with ifconfig. First we can go with ifconfig for Linux, and then we can go with ipconfig. Currently, I already connected to this particular Linux server. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this particular ipconfig, sorry, ifconfig. I'm going to use the ifconfig. Okay. Ifconfig. Now you can enter. If you see here, when I use this particular ifconfig, it will be give the networking related one, Ethernet 0, Ethernet 1, and here you can see that private IP, netmask IP, broadcast, everything it will be display here. Understand, right? And here you can see that you may ask question, why Murli we are seeing that Ethernet 0 and 1. The reason here in this particular EC2 instance, we have two IPs. If we have two IPs, it will come the two Ethernets, Ethernet 0, Ethernet 1. Understand, right? So here you can see that. So here, one more thing, remember, using ifconfig, it is displaying that networking related information. And also, instead of ifconfig, we can also use the IP command. Remember, ifconfig is going to be deprecated almost. So now instead of that one, what you can do, we can use the IP command. Now you can enter. If you give the IP space, IP enter, here it is asking that what is the command you required. You required address, or you required a route, you require rule, whatever you want, you can mention that. Example, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it here IP address, IP space add RESS. Okay, now you can enter. If you see here, when I give that IP space address, it will give the IP related information, Ethernet 0 and Ethernet 1, and here it is displaying. Similarly, what we are doing when you are giving ifconfig, it is displaying, right? Similarly, if you want to get that address related, and here you can give it IP space address. Again, I'm repeating, ifconfig almost deprecated. So instead of that one, what you can do, right? You can also use the IP command as well. IP command, here we have a sub commands, whatever you need, you can do that one. Understand, right? Any questions? So this is the usage of in the Linux level. When it comes to the Windows, how can we do? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this command prompt. Now you can open this, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the IP command, ipconfig. When I give this ipconfig, right, what will happen? It will give the networking related details. Now here you can see that when I give that ipconfig, Windows IP configuration, and here you can see that here we have IPv4 address, that is 192.168.0.145, and also subnet mask, this one default gateway, everything you can able to see the information. Here you have to remember one thing, in case if you connect the client VPN, this particular IPv4 address will be changed. Example, if you join any organization, they may have AWS client VPN or Cisco VPN. Okay, then what when you connected the particular network, when you use this particular IP config, there it will be displayed their network IP address. But here in my laptop, we don't have any client VPN, right? That's why my laptop one is 192.168 port, it is displayed. Okay, so if you use this IP config, it is displaying that information about that particular networking related IP address, everything. Now, what I wanted to do, right? I wanted to see that what are the commands available. For that one, you can give it ipconfig -help. When you give this ipconfig -help, here it will be display this one. If you see here we have a ipconfig -help. Here you can see that one is question mark, it will display the help message, and also /all means it will be display the full configuration information. If you give that ipconfig space /all, right, it will be display the full configuration information. And also here we have a plus DNS. This is the one of the most important, guys. Usually in real time, example, if you made some changes in the route 53, okay, now you are trying to resolve from your local, but still it is taking older. It is keep on giving that older CNAME, older A records only. Then what you can do, right? Sometimes, right, in your system, it is still in the cache. So if you want to be clear the cache, what you can do, you can give /+DNS, ipconfig space /+DNS. Okay. Now I'm going to show you so that you will get some idea. Now you can go here, ipconfig. Now you can give first all, it will display all, everything it will be displayed. when you are connected with your networking team, right? They may ask you sometimes if your system not working as we expected, networking related issue, they may ask you to run this command ipconfig/all, and here you can see that host name, that is DevOps, and here you can see that everything, what is the specific one, media related one, Windows adapter, media disconnected. Here you can see that everything in detail it will be give when you use the ipconfig/all. Now what I want to do, right? I want to check it. I wanted to check it. I want to do the flush DNS. It means I want to clear the cache for the particular DNS related one. How do we do? For that one, ipconfig slash, very most important guys, this command, flush DNS. Now you can enter here. If you see here, when I run this ipconfig space flush DNS, Windows IP configuration, the successfully flush the DNS resolver cache. Okay, it will clear the cache. Now, if you go and then run the Nslookup command, it will give that new one. Sometimes very rare cases, it might be take that, what is that? Still, it will take that older configuration, DNS related one, it will be resolved. So if it is happening like that, what you can try, what you can do, best practice, you can run this particular ipconfig/flush DNS so that it will clear the particular one. Understand, right? So this is the uses. I hope understand, right? What is the ipconfig and ifconfig? So this ipconfig especially, guys, ipconfig is more important. Sometimes if your system is not working, if you connect with your networking team, then they may ask question. They may ask you to run this ipconfig related command. So you should be aware of what exactly it will do everything. Any questions now? If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me by LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram. And also we have a Tech World with Murali website. In this website, I already published all the DevOps related courses, DevOps, AWS, Kubernetes, Terraform, Helm, AWS networking, DevOps projects, logging and monitoring, everything. Here we have a 1 month, 6 months, 1 year plans available. If you want, you can enroll here. Still, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will try to respond as soon as possible. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next video.